coming to the back, that single
Yeah,
palm.
I was actually gonna ask you to show one from over, one from around my waist, and one from
Yeah.
up here.
You can basically go in the front,
Okay,
or you go behind.
okay.
So if we're like this angle, I would go in front of you. You asked about these throws, right? Woo! Sweet,
I
right?
didn't know Bagua had those. Very cool.
The outside quad is called, this one, the outside is called quad. You can hug the hip, boom, and throw that way.
Okay. Your head from?
Okay?
Sure.
Yeah,
Find out.
throw. Right here.
Yeah. I find that when I wrap your hip, that
Yeah,
makes
you
it.
always want to hang on. Yeah. And
Can you throw me the first one?
first
Can
one.
we safe with that one?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to follow. So I'm in here, right? Protect your head. There you go.
Very cool.
Yeah. So those are all there. Then, so I got in the same position, right? You can also just throw here.
Just like their shoulder stroke throw?
Yeah, just right there at your shoulder.
Is it called something different, Bagua?
Cow, just shoulder.
Cow, okay.
Yeah. Right? And when you're here, like, put your legs a little wider, you can also come into these positions. Right? Go in front. Because you're outside the arm, you say.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, so if I'm kind of here, I just finished single. I go one, that's when we talked about two, then I open up. One, I come in close. Two, make a wave, pull you down. Right, if you're wrestling, you can lock your hands. Right, so you're just behind the guy. And that would be, so when you look at this form, am I in front of you with your arm crossed, or am I behind you? Doesn't matter, as long as that's matter. So those, remember, it's burning money. That's how you generate force thing, and you have structure, right? So everybody thinks like, I don't know what you're doing, company's feet, no, could be, right? But you can see these are the ways you go into these positions, and then you can adjust it depending. There's other forms, right? You go in front and back. So you see the logical progression of I turn the guy out, I step either in front or behind him, right? Like the shoulder stroke throw would look just like the form, right? And then I continue out to keep going or to throw the guy again. Continue out is crossing. Boom. So all that stuff's encoded in the first couple forms, or maybe a couple from other forms, but that's the idea, right? And then that's the first formula. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Right. Are there a whole bunch of formulas?
No.
Okay.
Two.
Maybe four?
Okay, so that. I was going to say there are forms. There's two-man forms. There's a bunch of them, but
okay.
I don't remember those. So I thought they were useful. So they're there, and then you go to shuffle and sweep, boom, and throw out. Put your arm out. Look, way to push it. So you can go in front. Correct. You can go in front of the guy, or you can go all those things, or again, if I'm close, I just go behind. Throw in, right, and then wrap. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And I could also from here shoot straight into
Hip toss, right outside hip toss, right, throw it across, bump the leg, cross ankle kick. You can read the leg.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you do the outside hip toss and like?
They don't do that in Sun style. They do it in Gal style, but like squat down a bit, like from these positions, right? They don't have reaping up in the air, but they have these kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah, hip using the hip. That's basically just a big, like a big extrapolated kobu.
Okay.
The Gal style reaps.
Is that because Summit Things is a small guy?
Probably. And the Gauss it's all Shuai in the first place, right?
Okay.
So the Gauss has a lot mixed into it. They have Shuai and the Hoten, they have actually Shuai they're just Shuai forms. They're not even changed. Right? They just threw them in because they liked them. Okay, cool. But the Sensei, yeah, I didn't learn anything where I beat my legs in the air. Okay. I think it's even small. And really, if you think about if you're a purist and you think about the theory of Bagua, it's like kicking. When you're reaping, you're on one, you're not mobile.
Yeah.
You're on one leg kind of a long time kind of thing, right? And they would be something you think that the original theory you wouldn't like, right? But kind of like walking through your blah, and then you keep going. That's what Shuai Tang said. He tried to get I mean, there's the throws in there. There's all throws, so you can't come up with a throw in China. It's not Shuai, right? So they all had he grew up in Baoding, where fast wrestling from, so they all had idea of throwing. But he says in his writing somewhere that his idea was to take out things that were not Bagua related, including like, he was like alluding to the fact that Shuai, because there's lots of Shuai when Chen Ting was a champion wrestler, right? And that was his teacher.
Yeah.
So I think Newton. That's why he has one wrap in the entire system in the Yin Qing. Shit, in the other forms are in every form. Like the Gao form, you do this all. This is all wrestling. Like you see in Fu that learn from the longest. They don't wrap their hands teacup once. It's not anywhere in their art. Okay. Piercings and so he did Mohan Chuan first, but you can say what you want, But he was with Donghai Chuan, you know, triple the time that Chen Tinghua was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and there's no wrapping. So I'm assuming Chen Tinghua, you know, or Donghai Chuan, they talked about throwing people. They talked about throwing Chen Tinghua. But you can see, obviously, it was some kind of different entry, right? There's no.
I heard he worked with people on what area of skill.
Right, but he could throw. That was the whole point.
Sure.
So obviously not a throw, but it wasn't wrestling. Apparently, the entries. The way I look at it is, these wrapping things, these are all kind of wrestling, Shuai based entries to all these things, right? They're not in the other styles. They're only in the Chen Tinghua style. So obviously, I would think Donghai Chuan wasn't teaching that kind of entry. He was doing something else, right? So Sun Li Tang's idea was, I'm going to take all that out, all the wrestling out as much. You left one in because it's super useful, right? But like, there's not a lot of this anymore in his forms. So he was, they all say this, but his thing was, no, I'm going back to the essence of what the founder did. Although he never met the founder, so you know, it'd be a hard sell.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously, I'm sure he talked to his teacher about it.
Yeah.
Like if you asked me what did Clever do or what did Hicks do or something, you know, I could tell you, right? And I said, well, this is what I do. This is what, you know, you can figure it out. He was only one generation away, or the second generation down.
Yeah.
And that was his idea. So probably the same thing. You know, he learned. Well, he probably learned when he was a kid, but you know he was learning those things because all the other Chen Tinghua derivatives have them. They have weaves and they have wrestling kind of throws, right? He doesn't, you know, you can look at his forms. There's no point in there when you see that. There's no big leaps. There's no like leg lifting. There's no kicking. Kind of kicking the whole style. That's his idea. And probably really because he was small. Yeah, yeah. If you're like, I tell my guys in a row, I use Shimano on the inside and Mano side. Like it was my high scoring throws in competition for me were
And full contact fighting.
and no jiu-jitsu where I was throwing all the time. What, of course, singles and doubles like everyone knows kind of thing. But my highest scoring throws were the foot sweep and Uchimata, like a big reap, because I could do those. I did those in China. So when I first started fighting again, I didn't know anything about judo at all. I just started to like extrapolate the no-gi grips to the gi, and then I could get throws on a lot of guys already. Because I could do the throw once I got a grip. I just didn't know where to grab them yet. And of course, it's really no different than judo, right? I just hadn't learned it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a great throw, but I don't think it's probably originally in Donghai Chuan's repertoire.
Do you think the closest single, double, and smooth palm change to Donghai Chuan stuff is Sun Li Tang's?
Hard to say. No one knows. Yeah, if you look at the Yin Fu style, they have the same Jing, but remember too, Yin Fu did Wuhan Chuan, and they're all about this finger, like piercing the fingers and kind of thing, right? Okay. So when you see him do it, it's like very like karate almost looking. It's like they go pop, 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 like they stab their fingers, look, right? It's the same basic movements. So who knows? Guaranteed there was something like your hands go like this, they find John, right? Because that everyone does. How he did it, was he smooth, did he stab, who knows? Because you only see how his students extrapolated to whatever they'd done before, right? Or applied it. They Bagua ties whatever they'd done in the first place, right? So no one knows. There's no film of them, there's no, you know. So, and they write that book of poems was written, it was like Jesus, he was illiterate like all Chinese were pretty much. It was written later. This is what he said. It's like, okay, you know, who knows? He didn't write it. So, you know, I mean, obviously the bulk of it I'm sure they didn't just make it about a thin air, right? But who knows what they put in, like, you know, to explain to the annotate, you know how that goes, right? It's like the telephone game. By the time it gets to the fifth kid, who knows what the fuck you're talking about? So I'm sure that the core of it was probably, so when I read those things in Chinese, you go, oh, cool. But then they made a lot of rhyme. You're like, he wasn't talking like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's the
called
ideas.
Yeishi?
Pardon me?
Is that called Yeishi? Wild history?
Oh, Yeshu. Yeah, no, it's not Yeshu. It's basically, I teach you for years, and then 30 years from now, you don't want to write this down, and then you find someone else who can write. That's how, you know what I mean?
Okay.
He doesn't know what you're talking about because it's martial arts. He's a scholar. You know, maybe the characters are right. You know what I mean? But you would get the general idea though. Like if I said, always keep moving, it'd be hard to mess that up. You know what I mean? So I'm sure the principles of that. But as to what he really did, everyone says is what they do. Gotcha. No one knows. But it was something like what you learned, because they're all kind of the same, right? So if you look at the Yangsa, all those different styles. You look up Yin Fu styles, single palm. You'll see even different variations, but you'll totally recognize it. Yeah, it won't be like what's that? So that's the idea. So no. So what you have to do is you figure out how whoever taught you, like who taught me, they knew what they were doing, so we just do it that way. And then you're free to you have your own kind of take on it, but the Jing and the strategy has to be the same. Or it's not about arguing. You're just making something up. It's it works. So, yeah, probably no reaping throws. Now, if you know reaping throws,
for